This recipe, you can either use either 3 of these. They all work very well. Most of my recipes, I always start off with sauteing the onions with butter. I personally like to use butter. If you're afraid of butter, then you can always just use oil. There's all sorts of very good oils out there. I sprinkled in some basil, veggie from Epicure, because I like to use Epicure. I use a lot of it in my meals. And Italian, just to give it some spice. You just let it saute for a little bit. If you're using actual ground beef meat, follow the directions on the recipe, because there's a different route of doing it. To do the meat first and drain off the meat fat. I'm not using actual veggie. Recipe didn't call for diced tomatoes, but Eric gave me a tip one day and he said that diced tomatoes would taste really good in this, so I've altered the recipe now. And also I just added a cup of mixed vegetables because this recipe doesn't call for vegetables, but I like vegetables, so I like to add vegetables to mine. Like with this recipe, instead of putting it in the oven, if you don't feel like turning your oven on all the way up and using all that electricity, you just leave it all in the pan and put it on high, bring it to a boil, and when it's done that, put the lid on, put it on simmer for 10 minutes, and then you can pour it over whatever noodles you would like.